Incoming transmission from the TIMESCANNER. Entertaining fellow time agents stationed in the field, working in secret to maintain the integrity of the space-time continuum, broadcasting to you from Time Crystal Omega at the heat death of the universe. Here is your host, the TIMESCANNER. And this is the infinite now.
The Mooon Letter. 7 matching cipher stones, each carved into 100-yard-tall cubes of granite, were uncovered one to a continent across the globe. With the combined knowledge of all of them, we could finally look into any primitive telescope and we could translate the message carved for us on the face of the moon. Moon. M-O-O-N. The apparently natural satellite orbiting our Earth, seemingly made of ordinary gray stone. The moon carries messages meant for our human civilization to unlock at certain moments in our development as a species. Who carved these messages on the face of the moon, you may ask? The moon. M-O-O-O-N. That's what they called themselves. They were the first advanced civilization on Earth. Before us, before the Leap Dalians branched off from the Atlanteans and hid themselves outside of time, there were the Moon. The extra letter O squeezed into the center of the word to differentiate the name of their civilization from the object in the sky that they created to watch over us. 3 O's together like visualizations of the moon's monthly evolution. Waxing, full, waning. Just like each advanced civilization on our Earth before us has waxed in knowledge and power, reached a zenith, and then fell into ruin only to vanish and make way for the next cycle after them. The moon tells us the story of the moon, beginning with this first letter that we deciphered in 2147. Here is what the Moon Letter said about the moon. Here is what the moon said to us through the moon. So, we're extinct now. How about that? We did accomplish some astounding things with our time here. Surely you've seen what's left of our cities. Our freeways may have survived. The pyramids should still be there. The Great Temple of Antarctica? Wow, that was a good one. You've seen our face carved into the sides of mountains and heard the sound of our crying babies as wind rushed through the record grooves of man-made canyons. As your technology for investigation into the past of this planet advances, you'll find that we left Easter eggs hidden for you in every nook and every cranny of this planet. Like vandals, we etched our genome and agenda into every lasting material we could find. We left poetry waiting within the cells of life itself. Here's a hint. Bacteria is a good place to start looking. Once it was clear that our days were numbered, we did everything that we could to leave a mark. Our story, in a nutshell, is this. We did some good, and we did some bad, and now we're gone. Some of our social structures turned out to be self-defeating. Some of our technologies turned out to be dangerous. But don't feel bad. The real reason that we didn't last was that we were all alone. We searched the world over and across the stars for signs of civilization. No dice. Seeing how others lived or died could have clued us in to the dead ends and catastrophes before we had committed to them. If we would have seen just one message like this from another race, we would have a simple how-to manual or what not to do that could have steered us straight before we found ourselves too far gone down the wrong path. But we never found a word, not a peep. So we had to improvise. There's a certain pride that comes along with being the vanguard, the experimenters, being out ahead of the pack. But let's face it, no one gets these things right the first time around. We've left these notes for you everywhere. Simple hieroglyphic assembly instructions for useful technologies like solar power, geothermal, and warning labels on the ones to avoid. Nuclear fission, I'm looking at you. We've left you little nuggets of philosophical and literary wisdom everywhere in this great big ball that we're living on, eagerly awaiting each developmental step, like a lover's rose petals leading to the bedroom on each anniversary, or more accurately, like letters to a newborn son from a mother who knows that she will be in the ground before her child can form memories of her face. Every scientific and evolutionary step that you take, we will be there, watching from beyond our grave, cheering you on and wishing you the best. We're dead, and you're going strong. Good job, kiddo. Love, the Moon. P.S. You'll find cloning kits and mummified remains with intact strands of our DNA. We've preserved our genetic material in novel ways just about everywhere you look. Bring us back if you want to, or discard it. We'll leave it up to you whether the moon still have a place on the earth. It's your home now. These sort of packages are more for you than they are for us, just in case you get there and find yourselves as lonely as we found ourselves. Just in case you find yourselves as lonely as the moon. Thank you, Moon.
This has been and will always be the infinite now. Transmission complete.